IndyCars at Watkins Glen International, double modified features at Penn Speedway, and the U.S. Open comes to Champion Speedway. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. It was a busy weekend for the Race Report, so we'll get right to it. Our weekend started Thursday at noon in Corning, New York, with lunch with IndyCar defending champion Simon Pagenaud.
Well, I feel ready physically. I've worked really hard all year long to get to this point. Mentally, it's a little different than it was last year. Last year we're in the lead of the championship, and this was more of a defense situation. Now we're on the attack side this year. It's been a different season. We're fighting for the championship, but we're not leading, so now it's time to attack and go for wins. So I'm excited to come here at Watkins Glen and try to get that wrapped up. Yeah, we had a good testing session. Watkins Glen is a very particular track, very fast, very, very demanding. You got to be super comfortable with the race car and very committed to the corners. And I was not comfortable with the car. We managed to have a good test end of June, I believe, and we found something that I really liked. I felt very comfortable, did some really good lap times, so I think we can come back here with great hopes. Yeah, we used the simulator, the Chevrolet simulator, back in Charlotte on I believe Tuesday, and it went really well. All four drivers were on it, and we're able to share some information, go forward. It's huge. I mean, Roger Penske is our captain. He's a model for all of us. For me personally, I look up to him as an example, and he also always has a good word to put you in the right spirit. He's a very loyal person as well, which is for a driver very important, and I personally see him as our leader, and I'm very glad and proud that he chose me to be one of his drivers.
Thursday night's dinner honored the man who is arguably the greatest racer of all time.
Yeah, Mario, you're the best. Mario is a guy that I thought he was the yardstick. That if you did well against him on any given day, that you could feel really good about that. And so. And it was a privilege to race against him. I was always a fan of his, and he's just aside from being a great driver, just an amazing ambassador for the sport, and we're thankful he's here.
I want to thank you for everything you did for my career. Every time I win a championship, you're the first guy to call me and say congratulations, and I really appreciate that. You can take a lot of stock in anything we've ever done, because it's really special for me what you did for me at an early age in my career. Thank you very much.
Mario, I think I said it, man. You're my hero, you're my friend, you're a badass, and they only made one of you. Congratulations on the award tonight. You deserve it more than anybody. Take care, my friend.
Mario Andretti has done more for IndyCar racing than any 10 people. He's been the greatest ambassador for all these years. He's never forgot where he came from. He still has lunch with his buddies in the diner in downtown Nazareth. I've never seen him turn a fan away. He always poses for pictures. He is the ambassador for racing. He's the first guy we call in the media. If something happens, we want him to put it in perspective, because he's done it all and he's won it all. And for him to get an award, well deserved.
What a special evening here for the International Motor Racing Research Center here at the Corning Glass Museum in Corning, New York. When you have Mario Andretti as a special guest, it just doesn't get any better than that. The fourth year, we began with Chip Ganassi, year two with Richard Petty, Roger Penske a year ago, and tonight, one of the greatest of all times, Mario Andretti. We told his story through his own eyes, and we told it through the eyes of so many drivers and legends that he raced against and raced for. And what a special night to have for Mario to come up and be so gracious with his time and to help raise money and awareness for the International Motor Racing Research Center and Archive. Again, thanks to Mario Andretti for being here, and thanks for giving us so many great memories over the years.
Totally blown away. Amazing, and one to remember for the rest of my life. It's probably it's the best event that I ever experienced, demonstrating just love from my friends in the sport. And again, I slept so well last night because I said, life is good. I'm still living the dream.
Sunday morning early action, they had the Mazda Pro Series, the Indy Lights, and the Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck Series. The rain stopped just in time for the IndyCar race. Alexander Rossi was on the pole.
Here at the Glen, it's time to bring the action.
Great.
Good start, Newgarden. Look at him on the inside. 3 wide. Newgarden locks up. Can he keep it intact? He does, but here comes Rossi. The pole man retakes the lead.
Look at the field spread out. No track limits. You can go anywhere you want as long as you can hang on to it. Rossi has the point through the S's. I thought Newgarden made a brilliant move. He just couldn't hang on to the exit.
Sato up to second. Will Power and Simon Pagenaud, the teammates together. They're scrambling, trying to get the best line, Paul, into the inner loop for the first time.
Well, you're not going to get through here 3 abreast like these guys are trying in the back. Will Power and his teammates side by side. But look at Rossi. He has stretched out, and Newgarden coming back on Sato again.
Good work there from Scott Dixon as well. Newgarden back to third, then Sato. Here comes Charlie Kimball up into the mix in the green and black car.
And those rain tires, I'm sure, already are begging for relief. This is such high G-forces in the corner, and the tires are going to overheat very quickly.
Helio Castro Neves ahead of Ryan Hunter-Ray. They climb the hill out of the boot, the toe of the boot, stretch their legs. Here comes Helio.
Helio makes a move on Sato. Ryan Hunter-Ray pops out, gets Sato as well.
There's Graham Rahal now, the next car up on Takuma Sato.
Sato's got damage. Look at how slow he's going now.
He's got a big problem. Sato is just flailing.
Massive understeer, it looks like, from Sato. And here we see the difference in setup. Some people opting for full wet, like Tony Kanaan told us. Some people for dry setup. Rossi comes to pit lane.
Everybody's coming.
And what an exciting win for the young man whose only other IndyCar win came in the Indy 500. There's more racing still to come on this edition of the Race Report, but first, let's take a look at who won around the area. And here's a look at this week's Car of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto Sales and Candor.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
We're gonna smash them old school. The Kings of Old School Demolition Derby, Saturday, September 16th, 2 p.m. at the Fairgrounds at Whitney Point, featuring the Mad Dogs, a hand-picked group of the hardest-hitting derby drivers on the East Coast, taking Demolition Derby to the extreme. Don't miss the car, truck, and lawnmower destruction. One of the best derbies on the East Coast, Saturday, September 16th, 2 p.m. Admission just $13. The Kings of Old School Demolition Derby.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network? Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
I've been a resident of Johnson City for most of my life, and when things weren't looking very bright for the village, Greg Demey stepped forward and accepted the job as mayor. Under his leadership, exciting new projects are taking place, projects that will make Johnson City great again. Greg Demey has earned the right to see those projects to completion, and I urge all Johnson City Republicans to vote for Greg Demey in the September 12th primary. This is not a sponsored message. This is what I believe.
Sunday, September 17th, it's another round of kart racing at Champion Speedway at the end of Route 434, East River Road, Owego, featuring kart classes for adults and juniors, plus mic rods, lawnmower racing, and the Mod Light Hurricanes. Spectator admission just $5 for adults over 16. Under 16, just $1. For entry fees and class information, like Champion Speedway Kart Racing on Facebook. Racing begins at noon, Sunday, September 17th.
Welcome back to the Race Report. To Pencan Speedway in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. Friday night action. First to 602 Crate Sportsman. On the microphone is Craig Hawley.
And the Sportsman fired down to turn one. Devin Zona out front. That Zona Beef and Cattle 99 Junior. 3, 4 wide out of turn two. Into turn three they ride it. Devin Zona rides off quarter number 4. The second generation chauffeur will lead lap number 1. Nagel second, Shane third. Fourth is Howell. Fifth is Williams. Devin Zona out front sets the pace. He's got him side by side behind him. Mike Shane, Mike Nagel Jr. Nagel to the inside down to the turn number 1. He opens the door and Shane going to take a look to the inside down the front straightaway. Zona going to try to motor back around him, but Mike Shane out front in the M16 ride. Zona trying to still stay up on that outside. Zona pushes, opens the door. The second spot goes to Mike Nagel Jr. Barton on the bottom. Howell looking to get inside the top 5. They ride into turn 3. That's a great battle on a racetrack for position number 4. Gully slides up. Here comes Barton. He'll take over the 4th position. Barton started last on the field, had motor issues, missed his heat race, and has raced his way up to the 4th position. Into turn 3 we ride. White flag gonna be waving. One more trip around the speedway for the M16 of Mike Shane. Final time on the south end of the speedway. Mike Shane, that Sharkey's Rule M16, defending track champion, current point leader. Rides on turn number 4. He'll go back to victory lane for the second week in a row. Mike Shane is your Sportsman feature winner. Mike Nagel Jr. is second.
Pencan held twin 20s for the modifieds. The first one went green to checker with Nick Krasinski the winner.
Down the front straightaway they ride it. 3 wide for the race lead. It's only 20 laps. You better get to the front and get there in a hurry. Nixon City's Nick Krasinski out on the point of a quarter number 4. Krasinski leads lap 1. Then it is Doherty, Petrilak, Pompey, Joey Colston, your top 5. All to the south end for the final time. Nick Krasinski in the 20R. Sets it into 3 and 4. Picking up the win in the twin 21st of 2. It is the 20R of Nick Krasinski. Pompey for second. Third is Hartnett. Fourth is Doherty. And fifth is Joey Colston.
To factory stock action and a new face in victory lane.
Ruber takes it to turn number 1. Simpson gets to the number 2 spot. Towner down on the inside, that 2.5 ride. Underneath the Rinker 01. Off turn 4, the 7R of Gruber shows the way. Into turn 1, the B17 of Simpson rides there second. 2.5 a Towner third, Rinker fourth. Fifth is Culbertson. Into turn 3, they ride it. The 7R Gruber pushes up the Speedway. The 17 of Simpson holding down the number 2 spot. That is a 2.5 over Randy Fox's car, driven tonight by Josh Towner. Towner to the outside of the B17. He's going to take the number 2 spot. Simpson second. Hill third. Arbogast and McDonald side by side. Tommy Gruber, the 7R, braking, going down into turn number 1. Green flag is out, back underway. Simpson with a great start. Hill committed to that outside line, going to try to make it work. Rinker right there in the 0-1. Brady Simpson back to the point into turn 3 and 4. He's going to slide up, and here comes Hill. Hill going to try to go side by side with him down the front stretch. Kevin McDonald pitches it sideways. Simpson, Hill, Rinker, Simpson sideways, now Hill to the outside. Cross flags in the air halfway this time, 10 down, 10 to go. Simpson holding on with the B-17 bomber. Hill riding in position number 2, Rinker third, McDonald 4th, Komar 5th. The B-17 got a little sideways, and Nate Hill back to the point in the number 11 machine. Now Nate Hill again looking for what would be win number 1. We got a car around in turn 4. White flag is in the air. Hill rides it down to 1 and 2. Final time we will go on the south end for Nate Hill. Going to try to hit his marks perfectly one more time in turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Picking up his first career win here at Pumpkin Speedway is Nate Hill. Jason Rinker second. Brady Simpson third.
Travis Reganti picked up his second win of the season in the XL 600 Modifieds. Frankie Kennedy was the winner of the 4-cylinder feature. To the second modified feature of the night, and back to Craig Hawley.
Green flag is out, and we're racing down the front straightaway. It's Joey Colston out front from the outside front row. Hang on in the middle of the pack. They straighten them out. Off turn number 4, they ride it for lap number 1. It's going to be Joey Colston, Nick Petrelak, Mike Doherty, Dan Pompey. JC Joey Colston wheeling the 151 up the back straightaway. 5-car length advantage over the 72 of Petrelak. It's Dan Pompey showing the way. Colston, Hartnett, Petrelak, Doherty, Colston, Pompey. Now Hartnett gets up to second. 12 laps to go. It's going to be a shootout between those two gunslingers. Pompey, but Hartnett right there on the back bumper off turn 4. Pompey gets a great run down the front straightaway. Hartnett going to go up to the outside and try to find some magic. Leader comes off of 4. Pompey sets it down to 1. Hartnett to the outside in between 1 and 2. Gets a great run up the back straightaway. Pompey shows the way. Hartnett going to try to pull alongside in 3 and 4. It's still Pompey at the line. 9 laps remain for Dan Pompey, but Kevin Hartnett is knocking. Now he's going to the outside in 3 and 4. Kevin Hartnett on a wild side. New race leader Kevin Hartnett. Pompey back to second. Hartnett out front by 6 car lengths. A caution on the Speedway. Final time, we ride it into the turn 3 and 4. Kevin Hartnett looking for his second win of the season, and he'll go to Pencan Speedway victory lane. Tom Paper 2, 33rd, Coulson 4th, and Roshinsky 5th.
Coming up on Saturday, September 16th, is a huge demolition derby to be held at the Broome County Fairgrounds. I talked with promoter Brett Rallier.
Well, September 16th of this year, we have Kings of Old School. This is our third year so far. We do it in June and September of every year. June 3rd of this year, we had a $16,500 payout. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We're trying to do different things with the sport. We're trying to have a 100% fair inspection. And with that being said, I think that's why it's growing like it is. This year, September 16th, we're trying a few different things. We're trying to do a Mad Dog heat. So we handpicked drivers from every fair that were aggressively harder hitting than normal. We have a heat for the non-winners, for people who's never won a Demolition Derby before. They can, run on their own, gives them a little bit better odds of, instead of running against veterans. Well, we have trucks, and then we have a V8 regular class, 45 car limit, and then we have the hand-picked hardest hitting drivers, and we have some lawnmowers coming, and the compact regular class. As far as the rules, we only have one set of rules for all classes to keep it very simple. What we did not want to do was, other locations, they have 5 different classes and all the rules are different. Then you try to memorize them and you try, we kept it very simple. All the rules are exactly the same for all classes. And that's on KOS, K-O-S, derby.com. Or Kings of Old School on Facebook. My personal cell is 607-327-2705. 2 o'clock Saturday, September 16th. Camping's welcome. We should be packed. $13 for 5 years of age and older. And hope to see everybody there.
Sunday, September 17th, it's another round of kart racing at Champion Speedway at the end of Route 434, East River Road, Owego. Featuring kart classes for adults and juniors, plus mic rods, lawnmower racing, and the Mod Light Hurricanes. Spectator admission just $5 for adults over 16. Under 16, just $1. For entry fees and class information, like Champion Speedway Kart Racing on Facebook. Racing begins at noon, Sunday, September 17th.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
We're gonna smash them old school. The Kings of Old School Demolition Derby, Saturday, September 16th, 2 p.m. at the Fairgrounds at Whitney Point, featuring the Mad Dogs, a hand-picked group of the hardest-hitting derby drivers on the East Coast, taking Demolition Derby to the extreme. Don't miss the car, truck, and lawnmower destruction. One of the best derbies on the East Coast, Saturday, September 16th, 2 p.m. Admission just $13. The Kings of Old School Demolition Derby.
I've been a resident of Johnson City for most of my life, and when things weren't looking very bright for the village, Greg Deemy stepped forward and accepted the job as mayor. Under his leadership, exciting new projects are taking place, projects that will make Johnson City great again. Greg Deemy has earned the right to see those projects to completion, and I urge all Johnson City Republicans to vote for Greg Deemy in the September 12th primary. This is not a sponsored message. This is what I believe. Welcome back to the Race Report. This weekend there's action in every direction. Friday, the all-day Downtown Festival. It's the U.S. Vintage Grand Prix Festival. Downtown all-day Friday in Watkins Glen. Friday night, Penn Can Speedway is in action. At Skyline Raceway in Blodgett Mills, it's championship night. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, join me at Watkins Glen International for the U.S. Vintage Grand Prix weekend. Great competition and great nostalgia. Also, the Trans Am Series is in competition this weekend. Saturday, Square Deal Riders is in action. On Sunday, there's racing at Unadilla. Racing trivia resumes this Monday night at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Trivia starts at 7:30. This week's bonus answer is Alexander Rossi. Champion Speedway in Owego had their annual doubleheader on Labor Day weekend, the U.S. Open. It started on Saturday and wrapped up on Monday. Here's some of the action.
Moving on two. It's tight. It's Manzarez. It's Brock Nicole now in one. Manzarez in two. Brock Nicole in one. Manzarez, Bowman, middle. 4. Doug Nicole in the back. Final number 1. Final number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicole, Brock Nicole. Gino Manzarez. Mike Bowman, middle behind him. Doug Nicole. Doug sliding out. Doug sliding out. Checkered flag goes to Brock Nicole, Gino Manzarez, Mike Bowman.
And we're out of time. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
Out of the gate on the whole side, we got Bowman. On the outside, Brock Nicole showing everybody the way. Brock Nicole passed on the outside to take the 1 spot. Gino Manzarez at 2, Bowman at 3. Middle at 4. On the back spot is Doug Nicole. Brock, Nicole, Manzarez, Boom, Bowman, middle. Nicole. Race number 2 with the white flag lap out. 4, Brock Nicole, Manzarez, Bowman, middle. Doug Nicole, 5. Checker flag, whoa.